If you're an instructor using the Project Risk board game in your training, I'd like to highly encourage you to use the status pad with your participants while they're going through the training, because it's going to help you and them in a number of different ways. First off, the status pad has a list of what the 4 steps are that they're going to be following every project reporting period. And those steps include first rolling the dice and then recording the numbers. The status pad has a segment up here where you're going to record the orange dice roll and the black dice roll. And while your participants are new at the game, for a little while they're going to have to remember what the orange dice means, which is schedule, and what the black dice means, and that is the risk. And so the pad first helps them in that way, and then they understand that right after they get done rolling, the next step that they're going to take is to move the project manager pawn the number of steps rolled on the orange dice and pay the bank the chips for each step passed. Collect 10 chips if the circle is passed. And then they're reminded that they go on to the 3rd step, which is handle the risk that was rolled, and then they can see the game instructions for how to do that. And then finally they implement any desired new risk strategies in each segment or each project reporting period. And then they have a lot of space on the pad where they can report and record what it is that they're deciding to do in regards to their risk strategies. So we're teaching over and over, of course, in the game that the negative risk strategies that they can implement are that they can mitigate, avoid, transfer, or accept. And the positive risk strategies that they can implement are that they can exploit, enhance, share, or accept. And so this is an example where they would record that they may have decided to pay 2 chips to mitigate risk 1, and that they'd pay 5 chips to enhance risk 3. So in this case, they might want to reference back to that on a regular basis, because their team might be making those strategy decisions together, and it helps them differentiate between, are we just talking about taking this particular strategy as a group, or have we really made the decision to take it? So that moment that it gets recorded on the status pad is a nice indication that they've made that decision. And so it helps in the team communications. I also encourage you to ask them to report the number of project chips that they have remaining, because it's important in the game that they continue to focus on when's their next funding point, what strategies can they afford to take, and being very conscious of how many project chips they have remaining can help them in that budget consideration. And then they also track what step number they're on. So as you progress in the project reporting periods, if you're working with a very large group, a number of teams, it works as a really good tracking indicator. If, as an instructor, when you're done with the project reporting period and you want to move on, if you have each team then, make a deal about progressing by ripping off their pad sheet and moving on to the next project reporting period, and then beginning those processes over again. So I know some instructors in the past have maybe not used the status pads as much as they should or could, and so I want to encourage you to use it. And if you run out of the status pads, you can contact me, and I can either send you more pads, pre-printed pads, or if you'd like, if you email me, I'm also happy to send you out the PDF file that you can print on your own. So feel free to contact me. My email address is kwais@successfulprojects.com. Thank you.